So I don't know when was the last time I read this book. It's been quite long, very very long, and I'm trying to finish this book, not just for the sake of finishing, but to learn, overall, learn how to speak, learn how to say words, and a lot of things, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I feel like I'm thinking of like writing few words down. Uh, like if I have to remember some extraordinary words which are not I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna write these words and their meanings, which is also great for me also. So let me quickly show you. Not I'm not going to show you, but I'm at chapter 6. I'm gonna read with my mic on. For the past few months, I've been doing silent reading, and I feel like that's not benefiting me. And I know my English is very very bad. I'm just trying to improve that. So at chapter 6, I have how riches come to you. Let's just quickly wrap up these chapters. I don't know how many chapters are this on this book. It's easy. I don't know how long this video will be, but my goal is to my pronunciation, how I speak, how I talk. That was my goal. Simple. There is nothing more important, and these books all are fictional book, non-fictional book. Sorry, my bad. That I randomly picked. So let's go. When I say that, you don't have to drive sharp bargains. I do not mean that you do not have to drive any bargains at all, or that you are a weapon for having any dealings with your fellow men. I mean that you will not need to deal with them unfairly. You do not have to get something for nothing, but can give to every man more than you take from him. You cannot give every man more in cash market value than you take from him. But you can give him more in use value than cash up thing you take from him. The paper, ink, and other material in this book may not be worth the money you pay for it, but if the idea suggested by it brings you thousands of dollars, you have not been wronged by those who sold it to you. You they have great they have given you a great useful value, small cash value. Let's suppose that I own a picture by own a great artist which is an unsimilar which in any civilized community is worth thousands of dollars, but it takes to Baffin Bay and by salesmanship induce an Eskimo to keep a bundle of files worth $5,000 for it. I have really wronged him, for he has no use for the picture. It has no value to him. It will not add to its life. But suppose I give him a gun worth $50 for his purse, then he has made a good bargain. He has used for a gun. It will get him many more furs and food. It will add to his every wage. It will make him rich. Salesmanship. What is salesmanship? Let me just start quickly. I have no idea what does it mean. Oh, the skill of knowledge, the skills and knowledge of how to sell. Crazy. This is like salesmanship. What does that mean? That the skills and knowledge of how to sell. Okay, when you rise from the competitive to the creative plane, you can scan your business transaction very strictly. And if you are selling any man anything which was not it to his life, then the thing you give in exchange, you can afford to stop it. You do not have to beat anybody in business. And if you are not in a business, you talk not with people, get out of it once. Give every man more in your value than you take for him in cash value, then you are adding to his life. Observe every business transaction. If you have people working for you, you must take from them more in cash value than you paid them in wages. But you can so organize your business that it will be fulfilled with the principle of advancement, and for this employment who wishes to do so many advance a little every day. It was all of you can make your business to do for your employment what this book is doing for you. You can so conduct your business that it will be sort of ladder by which every employee will have to take the trouble, may climb to business himself and give the opportunity. If he will not to do so, it's not your fault. And finally, because you are to you are to cause a case of business from formless substance with remains earlier environment, it does not follow that that they are take shape from the atmosphere and come it into being before your eyes. If you if you want a sewing machine, for instance, I do not mean to tell that you are to embrace the thought of sewing machine on thinking. Just dance until the machine is found without hands. In the room where machine is formed without hands, in the room where you sit or somewhere else, but you want a sewing machine, hold the mental image of it with the most positive certainty that is being made or is in its way to you. After us performing the truth, the most absolute and unquestioning faith that the sewing machine is coming, never think of it or speak of it in any other way than it being arrived to show. Claim it already used. What? It will be brought to you by the power of the supreme intelligence upon acting upon minds of men. If you live in men, it may be that a man will be brought from Texas or Japan to engage in some transaction which will result you in getting what you want. If so, the whole matter will be as much that man's advantage it is to yours. Do not forget for a moment that the thinking substance is through all, in all, communication with all, and can influence all. The desire of thinking substance for fuller life and better living has caused the creation of our swing machine already made, and it can cause the creation of millions more and will. Whenever men set in motion by desire and faith by acting in certain way, you can certainly have a swing machine in your house. Or it is just as certain that you can have any other thing or event in which you advancement for your life by the least. It was really hard. So I think like the thing is that get something which will use for the advancement of your own life. Here's something which will for the advancement of your life. I think it's not yours but our. You need to hesitate about asking largely. It is Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom, says Jesus. Original substance want to leave all that is possible in you and want to have all that you can or will use for the living of the most abundant life. It's you fix upon the consciousness the fact that desire you feel for the position of richness is on with the desire of omni What? OP, OM, 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 and a beauty and omnitens. Holy moly, what is this word? What? Omnipotence means the property of possessing maximum power. This is so crazy. Like, this my pain, buddy. What? I've never heard such. Oh, omni, Potence. The property of possessing maximum power. What does that even mean? I have no idea. But let's just go into this. We'll look into this later on. I asked him the cause of his vexation. Vexation. What would be F-A-T-I-O-N? Vexation. The psychological state of being irritated or annoyed. The act of troubling or annoying someone. Anger produced by someone. And anger produced by someone annoying irritation by some annoying irritation. Vexation. That means the anger which is created by being irritated. Wow, this is crazy, dude. This is so crazy. God, the own of science is tranquilly and rule and injure humanity. God, the own substance, is trying to live and do and enjoy things through humanity. He's saying, I want hands to build wonderful structures, to play divine harmonies, to paint glorious pictures. I want to fit to my run errands. What the hell is errands now? A short trip you can to perform a specific task, usually for another. The purpose of such a trip. Your errand was to mail the letter, or a small task, mission. Dude, I mean, so like about what? Just let's just focus on here. Yeah, this is so crazy. Yeah. Out there. Doa khole ka na. Errand means a short trip taken to perform a specific task for usually others. God knows, I don't know what is this. All that there is a possibility of it seeking express and improvement. God's one those who can play music to have piano and other instrument, and to have the means to cultivate the talent to the fullest extent. He wants those who can appreciate beauty is to able to surround themselves with beautiful things. He wants those who can this can to have every opportunity to travel and observe. He wants those who can appreciate dress to beautifully clothed and those who can appreciate God to be luxuriously fed. He wants all of these things because it is himself that enjoys and appreciates them. If God wants to play and sing and enjoy beauty and proclaim truth, you would find our clothes and eat good food. If God, it is a God that works in you too and will do, said Paul. The desire you to feel for his name is the infinite seeking to express himself in which he thought to find expression in a little poet of piano. So you need to hesitate to act largely. Your body is to focalize and express desire of God. There is a difficult point with most people. They retain something in the old age that poverty and self-sacrifice are pleasing to God. They look upon poverty as a plan of a necessity of nature. They have the idea that God has finished his work and make all that he can make and find misery of the man must stay poor because there is not enough to go around. They hold so much of erroneous. What is erroneous? I have no idea. What ERRONES? Erroneous. Wandering, mistaking, I don't know. Like it's too much confusing. So I'm gonna skip this one. I recall now the case of one of the students who was told that he must get in mind a clear picture of the things he desired, so that the creative thought of them might be impressed on formless substance. He was a very poor man living in a rented house and having only what he earned from day to day, and he could not grasp the fact that all of his wealth was his. So after thinking the matter over, he decided that he might reasonably ask for a new rock for the prefer the bedroom and Arched coal stove to heat the burning during the cold, following weather. Following the instruction given in this book, he obtained these few things in mind. Then he dawned upon him that he had not asked enough. He went through the houses in which he lived and planned all the improvements he would like to make in it. The mental the mentality added a bay window here and for a room there until it was complete in his mind and ideal from home. Then he planned his furnishing his furnishing, holding the whole picture in mind, waking, living in a certain way and moving towards what he wanted, and he owns the new house and is revealing it from his mental image. Now with the still larger faith, he is going to get greater things. It has been unto him according to his faith, and so with you, with all of us. So I think this more this mostly talk about on the faith, like God has created poor, rich, whatever it is, but you are going to get what you want. Simple. And then he mostly talked about the faith and his this. And let's go to chapter 7. I think gratitude. Hmm. The is the illustration given in the last chapter will have conveyed to the readers the fact that the first step away is to convey the idea your wants to the formless substance. This is true, and you will see that in order to do so, it becomes necessary to relate yourself to the formless intelligence in the harmonious ways. To secure this harmonious relation is a matter of such primary and vital importance that I shall give some space to this discussion here and give you instruction which it will follow them. It will be certain to bring you into perfect unity of mind with God. The whole process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. The whole process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. First, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Second, you believe the substance gives you every desire. Third, you will relate yourself to his feeling of deep and profound gratitude. Many people who order their lives rightly involve others to keep away in poverty by the lack of gratitude, having received one from one gift from God. They cut the wires which connect them with Him, failing to make acknowledgement. It's easy to understand that the nearer we live to the source of wealth, the more wealth we shall receive. The nearer the more gratefully we fix our minds on the Supreme when good things come to us, the more good things we will receive, the more rapidly they will come. The simple reason is the mental attitude of gratitude drawn the mind into closer touch with the source from which this blessing come. If it's the new thought to you that gratitude brings your whole mind closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe, consider it well. And you will have to see that it's true. The good things you already have to come to you along the line of obedience to certain laws. Gratitude will lead your mind or along the ways by which things come, and it will keep you in close harmony with creative thought and prevent you from falling into competitive thought. I don't know what does that mean. I'm just gratitude alone can keep you looking towards the all and prevent you from falling to either of the thinking of the supply is limited and to do what be fatal to your hopes. The law of, the law of gratitude is a natural principle that action and reaction are always equal, but in opposite direction. What what does that mean? The grateful outreaching of your mind in thankful praise to the Supreme is the liberation on expenditure of force. It cannot fail to reach that to his address and the reaction of an instantaneous movement towards you. Draw nigh into God, and He will draw nigh into you. This is a statement of psychological truth. And if your gratitude is strong and constant, the reaction in formless substance will be strong and continuous. The moment of the things you will always be towards you. Notice the grateful attitude that Jesus took. Now he always seems to saying, I thank Father though the nearest me. You cannot access much power without gratitude, for it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power. But the value of gratitude does not consist solely in getting more blessing in future. Without gratitude, you cannot long you from dissatisfied through regarding things is there. The moment you permit your mind to dwell, what is dwell? DW, DWEL, dwell, DWELL, dwell. But to live or stay as a permanent resident. Wow, I've never heard of that. Hmm. The moment you permit your mind to dwell with dissatisfaction upon things is they begin to lose ground. If fix attention upon the common, the ordinary, the poor, the small, the main, it takes some time. Then you then you will transfer these forms or mental images to formless and the common, the poor, the square, and meaning will come to you. The permit your mind to dwell upon the inferior is to become inferior and to sound with the inferior things. On the other hand, to fix your attention on the best to sound with the best and to oh wait. Surround yourself with the best and to become the best. I think this is a good one. I think what it is to fix your attention. The creative power within make us into the image of what we given to our attention. We are thinking substance, and thinking substance always take the form that which it thinks about. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best, therefore it tends to become the best. It takes the form and character of the best and will receive the best. Also, faith is born of gratitude. The grateful mind constantly expects good things and expectation becomes faith. The reaction of gratitude upon one's mind produces more faith, and every outgoing wave of grateful thanksgiving increases faith. He who has no feeling of gratitude cannot long retain a living faith. Without living a faith, you cannot get it by the following method. Gratitude, self-growth, from appreciation, then to cultivate the habit of being grateful for every God that comes to you and the thanks continuously. And because all the things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things to your gratitude. Oh, yes. Do not waste time thinking or talking about the shortcomings or wrong actions of plutocrats or trust magnets. They are organized of the old who have made your opportunity. All you gradually comes because of them. Do not raise against corrupt politicians. If they were not for politicians, we should call for anarchy. Your opportunity would be great relations. God has worked us a long time and very patiently to bring up here. We are in an industry and government is going to get at its work. There is no legal doubt that he will do with plutocrats, trust magnates, captains of industry and politicians as soon as this can be split. But in this meantime, we all the all are good. And the good in everything will move towards you. I think we when we talk about gratitude, we need to have towards us and then the chapter or whatever it is. And we are now at chapter 8 thinking in the certain way. Thinking in the certain way. I need to like talk without that one because I think this chapter is important. Every chapter is important, but let's go. Turn back to chapter 6 and read the story of the man who formed a mental image of his house and will get a fair idea of the initial steps towards getting rich. You must form a clear and defined mental picture of what you want. You cannot transfer idea. So, thinking in a certain way to achieve something, to get what you want, I think you must form a clear image. You must form a clear image and define mental picture. You must form a clear and define a mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it, and many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves a vague and misty concept. What is BJ? You mean like shallow, not clear, vague, not clear in meaning or expression. Expression. It is not enough that you should have a general desire for wealth to do with. Everyone has desire. It is not that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more in taxi. Everybody has those desires also. If you are going to stay in a wireless message to your friend, you will not send the letter of alphabet in the order and let him construct the message for himself. Nor would you take the words random from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence on which meant something. When you try to impress your wants of a substance, remember that it must be done by coherent statement. You must know what you want and define. You can never get rich or start a creative power into action by sending out uninformed longings and vague desires. Go over with your desires, just as the man I have on described. I was just wanted to wish. This clear mental picture you must have continuously in mind. Is the sailor has in mind put to us, you say sailing. The clear mental picture you have continuously in your mind is the sailor has in mind the mind put to us what is sailing the ship. You must keep your face towards all the same time. You have no more lose sight of it than steer man loses sight of the compass. It's really good thing like to remember throughout this chapter. Think in a certain way. If you don't have a clear path, then you can't. It is not necessary to take exercise in concentration, not sit apart special times for prayer and affirmation, or not go to into the silence, not to the a cleansed distance of any kind. These things are well enough, but your need is to know that what you want and to want it badly enough so that it stays in your thought. Oh my god, crazy, crazy! This chapter is crazy. Like what? But all you need to know is this is crazy. All you need is to know what you want and to want it badly enough so that it will stay in your thoughts. Spend as much of leisure time you can take contemplating, contemplating your picture, but no one needs to take exercise to concentrate his mind on a thing which can really want. It's the same thing you really do not care about which requires effort to fix your attention upon them. And unless you really want to get this and so desire system toward the thought trajectory, what the purpose of the magnetic pole holds the needle of the compass is hardly worth While for you to carry out the instruction given in the book, the method says it works for people whose desire for it is strong enough to overcome mental laziness and the love of the ease and make them walk. I'm going fast or what? The, met- the more clear and defined you make your picture, then the more you develop on it, bringing out the desireful details. The strong you desire will be the strong desire you desire. Older mind fix upon the picture of you want something. Something more is necessary, however, than merely to see picture clearly. If that all you do, you will be a dreamer and will have no powerful accomplishment. Behind your clear vision must the purpose to realize it bring out the tangible expression. And behind this purpose must be an invisible and unwavering faith that it's already yours, that is at hand. You have only to take possession of it. Live it in the universe mentally until it takes form around you physically, in mental realm, enter at once into full enjoyment of the things we want. Whatsoever things you are asked for when you pray, believe in that you will receive them, you will shall have, said Jesus. What what Jesus? Seeing the things you want as they want were actually around you all the time. See yourself as owning and using them. Make them use in imagination just as you will use them as their tangible profession. Dwell upon your mental picture until it's clear and distinct. Then take a mental attitude of ownership towards everything in that picture. Take possession of it in mind, in the full faith that it's not actually yours. It is actually yours. Hold to this mental ownership. Do not waver, for instance, the faith of is real. So, and I think he said that have a clear and distinct picture, mental attitude of ownership towards everything you want in that picture. The picture you have clear and distinct on your mind. Take possession of it. You have to be the taking the possession of it in mind and have full faith that it is yours. Hold the mental ownership. Let me write something. A clear image, good mental. And remember what it says as process chapter about credit. Be as thankful as for all the times you would expect to be given from the man who can sincerely thanks for the God goose things. Bro, like you do not need to pray repeatedly for the things you want. It's necessary to tell the God about it every day. You is not pain repeating it the hell then do. Says Jesus to his pupils, for your father knoweth that you have to need other things before you ask him. Your part is to be intelligently formulate your desire for the things which makes for a larger life, to get desires arranged in a coherent whole, and then to impress the whole desire upon permanent substance which is the power and the will to bring you what you want. You do not make this impression by repeating a string of words, you make it by holding the vision with unshakable purpose ordinary with steadfast faith that you do not attain it. The answer to prayer is not according to your faith while you are talking, but according to your faith while you are working. You cannot impress the mind of God by having a special step that they set apart to tell Him you want. So He said that believe that you receive them. The whole matter turns on receiving once you have clearly formed your vision. When you have formed it, it is as well to make an oral statement addressing the supreme irreverent period, and from that moment you must in mind receive what you ask for it. Live in a new house with a fine clothes, ride the automobile, go on a journey, and confidently plan for greater journeys. Think and speak all of things you have asked for the in terms of the actual present ownership. Imagine environment and financial condition exactly as you want them. Live the time in an imaginary environment, financial condition, mind however you know it. Will the fate to that is imaginary is being realized, the purpose to realize it. Remember that it is faith and purpose, purpose in the user imagination which makes the difference between scientists and the dreamers. And having learned this fact that you must learn the proper use of will. So he said that imagine an environment and a financial condition exactly you want. So basically imagine it great and I will tell you clearly. I don't know why this book is like this book is I don't know because this book is centric towards God. But he said that imagine an environment where financial condition and everything you want in a very good way. So yeah, we will see you tomorrow. I think I hope I will finish next chapters in few days or ending this book in few days. So basically, I completed three chapters, and he said like few things. Surround yourself with the best to become the best. Have a clear image, good mental attitude of ownership towards anything. Believe that you receive them. You must form a clear image and define a mental picture of what you want.